Hello everyone. Oops, I'm floating. Sorry. I didn't mean to be floating today, I promise. I have not been taking flying lessons. Blah. Hello everyone. I hope you've been doing good today and that you've had a good start of the week so far. Yes, I have a ponytail today, or I have short hair. I'm not really sure because it kind of looks more like short hair than ponytail. But in any case, how does Jeena's version on the thumbnail look like she's about to pull something and get herself into trouble? Because I probably am. Because this is a horse game. And I tend to rant a lot about horse games, and this is also a very American and Western horse game. And I am very much a little English, Swedish writer. It's called English and Western, the two big writing things. I am very much English trained. I have seen a Western saddle. I have seen a Western saddle, yes. And I have also looked at an Australian, whatever they call their saddles, and I was basically like, yeah, I like the Australian one. So, I might be in a bit of trouble. Here we go, hello everyone, hope you're doing fine. Yeah. I folks, hope you're feeling good today. I'm still under the weather, so I'll be lurking most likely, but just want to say hello to everyone. And Jeena, yes, hello Edward. And I do hope that you're feeling better, or at least that it's turning for the better soon. Because it sounds really rough. It sounds really rough to be sick for that long. I know I get super frustrated. I've been to the doctor, so hopefully soon, still I'm very less into it, but looks like equine fine. Yes, there will be equines. I can promise you that. And I can also promise that you will probably have fun, like, listening to me rant. Yeah. Also, just before I disappear into lurking for a bit, lol, I remember our last horse run stream. This should be interesting. Yes. And also probably a lot of confused noises and just randomly like, yeah. Because I do know all of the words in Swedish. Not in English. Like I have learned that what Swedes call brown horse, like a brown horse, is in English called a buckskin. And what you guys call a brown horse is what we in Sweden call a fox. So we cannot even how can we not know what a brown horse look like? Why does language need to be so hard? Like a brown horse is the one that's brown with a black mane and tail. That's not a buckskin. A buckskin is something completely different. But apparently, yeah. But both Swedish and English actually thinks that a grey horse is a grey horse. No, we actually don't, by the way. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I was taking a look at the weather for my state in the future state. What? For your state in the future state. Okay. It's supposed to be snow in my state on February 3rd. Oh, I like snow. Because in snow you can take your, like, you know, your bells. Like, you know, your jingle bells. And then you put them on the horse. And it's awesome. That's my favorite part of winter, and I have not gotten to do that yet. I am very disappointed in winter. But I haven't said my greetings yet, so let me do that. I don't know why I didn't do that first, but here we are. Hello, Leon. Hello, Umbral. Hello, Mr. Dark. Hello, Asin. Hello, Mogul. Hello, Edward. Yee. And hello, Takano. Hi. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. In the future days, I mean, despite English is preferred language, I cannot speak it half the time. Well, I cannot speak Swedish, so it's kind of weird that I sometimes just go like, yeah, I know the English word for this. Do I know the Swedish word for it? No. Because why would I know the word of something in my native tongue when I know it in my second language? Oh, being bilingual is weird. Like sometimes when I'm speaking English, when I'm speaking to myself, I start speaking in English. I have done that for years, so don't blame the streaming. And then suddenly it's like you forget Swedish, and then also suddenly you just forget English. And it's so weird because when I'm at work and the kids say something in English and I want to answer them in English, I cannot pronounce words for the life of me. I don't know how to speak English at work. But I can speak English anywhere else, except at work. Like, I have the worst Swedish accent ever when I tried to speak with the kids, and I was so embarrassed. Because it was like, I promise, my streams aren't this bad. I promise. It's so weird. It's so weird. Yum yum. I also have a very, very tasty drink today. It's not tea though, and I do not know how to describe it. And I was just thinking about it when I was walking up, like walking to a streaming room and stuff like that, because it was like, yeah, I do not know how to describe this. I have absolutely no idea. It's warm, hot, I guess. Hot saft. So, it's not juice, and it's not alcoholic, it's very sweet, it's not lemonade. I can name a lot of things that it isn't. But I do not know how to actually say what it is. But it's basically a very sweet apple and cinnamon mix that you put in water. And then you have saft, but this is hot saft, so it's like tea, but with saft. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm sorry, I do not know words. Yeah. An interesting thing, though, is that sometimes, I don't know why the kids do this, but sometimes it's like the kids do not realize that I actually know English. And it's always the kids that kind of doesn't want to study that do this. Abubub, I am now alone. So it's always the kids that doesn't study as well and doesn't really care about studies that do this, but they basically just go like yeah, I like they basically I don't know what I was saying. But oh, I am choppity chop. Why am I choppity chop? Are we better? I think we're better. We're not better, in fact. Hello? I just started a game. That's probably why, but I would very much like for computer to handle this. Thank you. Can I please pop the game open and still have a working model? Sort of. The kids talk trash about you in a language they think you cannot speak. No, not really. They just start speaking English and think that I do not understand them. They don't talk trash about me. But they basically try and goad me into having like having a conversation or having the lesson in English, which I then do. And them just trying to learn physics in English, and they are way worse at the language than I am, because for some reason I can actually speak physics English in school. I cannot speak normal English in school. So I just proceed to have a few minutes of lesson in English. And the kid that started it sort of goes like full on panic mode and cannot backtrack, because it was this kid who started it. So they cannot go back on their word, right? So they sort of just panic and on very broken English just tries to make things work. And yeah. But it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. Can you deal with the choppy chop? It's very choppy for me, but I don't know. I don't know. I can just ignore my left screen probably, but it's very choppy for me. It's not a very optimized game. It's not a very optimized game, but it is a horse game. And it's better, I don't know if it's probably better than Star Stable, if we're perfectly honest, because Star Stable is probably because you've dealt with stuff like that so often that it's gotten to where you can't teach physics in English perfectly. I wouldn't say perfectly, because there are some physics terms that I don't know in English, but at the same time I've had a lot of physics courses in university taught in English. So I do know a lot of the terms, a lot of the terminology and stuff like that. But when it comes to optics and acoustics and stuff and even mechanics actually, there are a lot of words that I just don't know in English. Like some of them I know. Gravity isn't that hard. Friction isn't that hard. But infraction. Oh, it's called infraction. Yeah, infraction is a word that I do not know, except that I apparently know it right now. And other things like that. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah, and nuclear physics I think I only know in Swedish as well. Not really sure though. But let's actually try and play this game. Because that's why we're here. It's a bit poorly optimized, and I get very nervous when my computer starts its fans. Like it has good fans. It is a powerful computer, but I still get nervous when this little baby starts humming. Am I maxing it out? No, I am not. But apparently I am, because I am choppy. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe because it works when and the game is still open, so maybe if I just pop that over here, like move screens and stuff like that. But I kind of need to see what you're actually telling me. Yeah, that's smoother. I don't know why I need to have the model on the left screen, but apparently I do. Apparently I do. Hello Hector, hi, welcome to the stream. Just dropping by, I hope you have a fun stream. I hope so too. But yeah, new game. Oh yeah, we need to make a character. I forgot about this. So we actually do have some customization and a bit of yeah, this is apparently the paler than palest skin color. I am a slight shade of paler than this. But yeah. Eye color, we're gonna go with blue. Hairstyle. I think we're gonna go for the braids. No, that's weird color. Let's go with that. And the blue, do we have purple? We do not have purple. Blue. And these look so bulky and uncomfortable, so no thank you. I like the idea of this kind of paint. I think I'm gonna go with this. And boots, we can choose between black and brown. I'm gonna go with black. Because I do not like brown riding boots. I am a snob like that. I like my leather black. Thank you very much. Okay, can we please? Because I just noticed that there wasn't a lot of sound. Okay. I am also frozen because I think streaming this game was probably a bad idea. Oh, this is so choppy. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's so choppy. Oh, this is horrible. We cannot do this. I put that in good. Can we do we need to go fast physics? Like fast quality? I can go English or French. That idea sounds like it right up my alley. Yes! Yes. Let's try with fast and see how that works. Like, it's still a lot of movement, so I understand why this game is a bit choppy. I do not enjoy that. Do not enjoy that. Do you guys think that we should just stream without the 2D? Because I find this a bit impossible. I would be super annoyed to watch that, but because it is a slideshow fest with my model. And it annoys me. And I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. Sorry. This is my first time a computer actually struggled to do stuff. Interestingly enough. Interestingly enough. You guys think about that. I'm gonna go talk to the lady over here. Because if you do not say otherwise, I will probably turn off model because it annoys me. The list looks more choppier than VR chat. Yeah, it does. And game runs, game runs smoothly. It's my model that's chopping a lot. Which is super annoying. Skipped frames. Yeah, we are skipping a lot of frames. We are skipping a lot of frames. Have I achieved time control? I think I have achieved time control. Yes. It's only when I am in game though, if we are perfectly honest. So I think we're just gonna go bye-bye. I think that's kind of what we have to do, sadly. So yeah, we're gonna go with this avatar today. This is me today. Because that way it's less choppy. I am gone. I am 3D today. I'm sorry, but I can't handle the choppiness, and I still want to try and stream this game, at least to try it out. It's probably not gonna be a common thing, and this is the demo, so might also be that the demo is slightly more choppy than... Oh yeah, I do have a PNG. We can probably deal with that. That is very clever, Muggle. We'll just image. Add source. What kind of thing do we want? We want a new source. Thank you very much. Browse. I do have a lot of pictures of myself, actually. If I actually find all of my own pictures. Where are my own pictures? Screenshots. It should be here. There we go. I can go with this one. Because it's the same as I had in this game. There we go. I'm cute. So, now I'm apparently in place again. Jeena, I am pleased to see you here. Please allow me to extend you a warm welcome to Rivershine. I need to click here. We've all been eagerly anticipating your arrival, Jeena. The entire town has been working diligently to restore the ranch for you. Well, everyone who remains at any rate. The past few years have been quite a challenge for our community, to say the least. However, now that you're here, we have our very own champion to represent Rivershine once again. I'm confident that better days lie ahead. Of course, you're not yet a champion, Jeena, especially since you arrived here on foot. Fortunately, I have arranged for horse traders to participate in a grand reopening of the auction house today. While we don't currently have many horses available, I'm sure that I'll be able to offer you a greater variety in the future. Now, it's understandable if the prospect of participating in your first horse auction is intimidating. Allow me to explain the process. As I present each horse to you, you may either pass or place a bid on it. Feel free to pass on any horse that don't interest you, but once you do, someone else will purchase it. If you see a horse that catches your eye, be sure to bid on it. It may take a few rounds to win it, but don't worry. If you truly want a horse and have the funds for it, I'm confident you will be able to obtain it. If I may offer you some advice on choosing your first horse, of course, you should choose a horse with a coat that you like, but also consider their skill levels. Their jump, speed, endurance, and flexibility will all impact their performance. I do not agree with this notion. I do not agree. I agree with some parts of it. It's very weird to just see myself not move. Yes, you should check a horse's skill level. That is something that is very important when you are trying to find a horse to buy. The horse's coat is not important in the slightest. It's much more important to find a horse that has the personality type that you like, and also a horse that feels willing to work with you. So yeah, don't choose a horse depending on the coat, okay? Hello Marine, hi, welcome, welcome. Hope you've been having a good day so far. All of these skills can be improved based on a horse's potential. Therefore, if you plan to train your horse, it might be best to purchase one with a high potential, even if the other skills are currently lacking. Kind of agree. Once again, you kind of have to check the horse's gaits. If it moves in a pleasing way, get it. If it moves in a very much not pleasing way, or if it's built a bit unhealthily, don't get it. Unless you get it really, really cheap and is willing to work with it. But you are setting yourself up for something potentially very bad. Don't worry too much about their name either. You can change that later. Agreed. I'm thrilled to see which horse you will choose, Jeena. I'll see you in the auction house when you're ready. Yeah, I think we have talked enough, so we'll just go in here. Yeah. This time, though, I will choose depending on several different stuff, actually. Stallion. Do not recommend as a first horse. Do not recommend as a second horse. I do not recommend stallions at all, basically. This is what we call brown in Swedish. It's apparently a bay. Yeah, buckskin is something else. Bay is what you guys call these guys. No, do not want it. You should probably choose a gelding as your first horse, but yeah. This is a stallion, and no thank you, it doesn't have good potential. We're gonna be very picky with this one. Hello, Francisco. Hi, welcome, welcome. This is a cute one, though. It is a stallion, but it's cute. I kind of like the dark... I think you guys call these browns. I'm not sure. It's not brown in Sweden. But I kind of like these... no, actually, because it has dark legs and it has a dark muscle. It is what we call brown in Sweden, which means that this is a buck. No, it's not a buck. It's a bay. So I told you guys I would be confused. I'm gonna bid on this. And I'm gonna be cheap. I was correct to be cheap. It's mine. Your horse is a lovely choice, Jeena. I have no doubt that you will make a formidable pair. Now that you have acquired a horse, I recommend visiting our trainer, River. I have informed her that you will be arriving, and she has prepared a lesson for you. You will find River in the outdoor arena, just down the hill from the auction house. Oh, and don't forget to lead your horse with you to the arena, Jeena. Arena Jeena. That was weird. Yeah. This is apparently a Western saddle. I know nothing about this, but it doesn't look right from behind for me. But I don't know. I don't think I will comment on that horse, but perfectly honest, I don't think I should. I don't think I should comment on that horse, but it looked odd. It looks so odd. So weird. And also, PSA, don't run. I mean, you could run with the horse, but the horse shouldn't... Like, what it's doing right now is a canter. It should, at the maximum, trot. Never canter while leading your horse. What did you pull your ears back for? It's not scary. This is fine. It's food. It's fine. No pulse back ears on me. Yeah. I have a coward. Like Zelda from Breath of the Wild and the horse Epona. Yay. Yeah. That saddle I am surprisingly fine with. Surprisingly fine. Especially with Breath of the Wild. I'm weirdly fine with that one. I'm not as fond of the saddle in Twilight Princess, but the Breath of the Wild, I love it. Oh, hello, Garza, by the way. Hello. Welcome to stream. Oh, you love my accent. Thank you very much. I am also not normally, I am normally moving, but VTube Studio and this game didn't want to call cross-country champion. Gee. It's nice to meet you, Jeena. And who do we have here with you? Bright Feather. I'm sure you both go far together. I'm River. I usually work with Madeline to help her find and train horses for the auction house, but she asked me to take some time today to prepare a lesson for you and get you acquainted with your new partner. Now, let's get you riding. It'll be easier to explain when you're on Bright Feather. Just stand next to your horse and mount it when you're ready. Yeah, I agree with that notion. I agree with that notion. Just put the rider in the saddle. You'll get moving from there. Just don't get it a stallion. Don't get a stallion at your first horse, please. Should you get a horse butt implants like the Kardashian if it doesn't have a cute or aesthetic butt? And do you think it will be an option in this game? I don't think that horse butt implants are gonna be an option. And I don't think that there is saving this horse butt. The reason being that you cannot see my pointy clicky thing. But basically you see that it's it's kind of round at the top and then it goes down and then it goes out again. The out again part shouldn't go out like that. That is basically the horse's knees just poking out. So it is heavily cow-legged. Immensely cow-legged is what you call that. These kind of hind legs. Except that the feet are straight, but everything else is cow-legged. Not a very healthy disposition, and from the front is very broad, very short body, very weird, basically like a wiener dog but with very long legs. It's looking weird, is what I'm trying to tell you. Hello Jonas, hello, welcome to stream, welcome. I don't think Ophelia is here though. Ophelia is very sick at the moment, so she's basically resting. No, hold on. We need to watch this. Because when I playtested this, I saw something amazing. Do the amazing thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna rant. Because something that I kind of just realized, and I do not understand, is that the bridle, the thing on the horse's head, is English. Is an English bridle. Not a Western one. The reins, the things that the rider is holding, is Western. And I do not understand these reins. Because what I have is that I have a rein that goes from the left mouthpiece all the way to my hand and across to the right mouthpiece, like it goes in a circle. So that if, for some reason, I drop the reins, which you shouldn't do, but when you're out jumping and the horse moves in weird ways, sometimes you lose the reins. It happens. Then the reins get stuck on the horse's neck and I can catch them really easily. This is basically 2 strings. If this girl loses one rein, it's gone forever. It's gone. No chance. Sorry, you cannot steer to the left anymore. You can only steer to the right. And you pray to all of the heavenly fires that the horse won't step on the rein that you just lost. I do not understand. I also do not understand the no helmet part, but I cannot blame that on Western riders. There are plenty of English riders that do not have a helmet. I wear helmets. We only have one head. Thank you very much. Jeena, is it true the Swedes do a kind of air suck to say yes? The way to say yes in Swedish is like cork oak or something. What? It kind of depends on your dialect, but there are a part of Sweden who says both yes and no and I don't know with sucking in air. So sort of yes and sort of no. We kind of don't do it where I live. We kind of speak a lot, and at the same time we don't say a lot. I'm just shitpost and see how Jeena will respond. That's what I do 80% of the time here anyway. And hey, Jonas. I see. Hello, Lilina. Hi, welcome. For some reason, I didn't get the Discord ping when you went live. Oh, no. That's not good. You have missed me talking about this horse butt. I do not like it. I zoned for a bit and zoned back to hearing something about sucking. With the way, yeah. Basically, if you go way up north in Sweden and you want to say yes, you say that is yes. Yes. If you want to say no, you say so that is no. Is yes. Is no. Both of these sounds are basically just breathing in air, sucking in air. You can talk with breathing. Very easy way to speak without having to say words. When you live way up north, you tend to not want to speak. Yeah. But yeah, we kind of don't do that right here. Ooh. I mean, the rider does have some nice movements, and it is Western, so I kind of don't feel like I... Oh, yes, that feels so good! I feel like that is, yeah. But removing your legs from the stirrups is the best feeling ever. And doing that little stretch, best thing ever. What? That's my first time hearing about this. How widespread is it in the north? I think it's pretty widespread, but it's basically way up north in Sweden. When you go to Lapland and stuff like that, there they breathe and talk with breathing. But the whole of Sweden kind of understands that kind of... I don't know about Skåne though, Scania. I'm not really sure about that. Like the southernmost. But here we definitely understand it. We can use it, we just don't tend to do that. That sounds so wrong out of context. Jeena, does this way of saying yes and no only exist in Swedish or other Nordic languages as well? I have no idea, actually. Absolutely none. That feels so good, Jeena, out of context. Yeah, but it does. It does. Yeah, so this is a walk. And if we just ignore the whole part of the horse sliding, it looks fine. It's fine. And we squeeze legs and we go faster. If this was my student, just consider me a riding teacher. The horse doesn't move that well. the front legs are very weird. The hind legs are moving weird as well. But if we could focus on the rider, if this was my student, I would yell at them to suck in their stomach and to put their elbows to the sides. Like, there shouldn't be an air gap between your sides and your elbows. And also, the foot is too far in the front, but it's a Western saddle, so maybe you're supposed to look like that. I do not know. But the stomach and back is too curved. You want a straighter stomach and back. Otherwise, you're gonna have a real sore back tomorrow. Yeah. Have you seen how horses are done in games like Dynasty Warriors? No, I have not. I have seen the horses in Red Dead Redemption 2 and they look amazing. But yeah. We kind of do not have many good horse games when we play basically Red Dead Redemption and Zelda Breath of the Wild to have good horse games. Those two are not horse games. But they are the best that we have. That was a good start, Jeena. Take it easy with the gallop, as your horse doesn't have a lot of endurance just yet. It's always better to slow down to a canter before your horse fully runs out of energy. But I know how fun it is to go at full speed. Yes, do agree. It's immensely fun to go at full speed with your North Swedish horse that basically just makes it sound like you are riding an earthquake, and then you have a crane flying beside you, like basically Scandinavian Spirit. That is probably one of my best experiences ever. Well, of course, Dynasty Warriors is more of a hack and slash show, so those horses are more used in combat. Yeah. The horses in Legend of Zelda is also mainly used for combat. It's still a better horse game than Star Stable. For several reasons. At least if not the predatory kind. Jeena, I think The Last of Us also does horses very well in its games. Yeah, okay, I see. I really do know that Red Dead Redemption does them amazing. And I kind of want to play it just because of the horses, but I also know that I do not like games when you have like shooty pow guns as weapons. I like weapons as I have a shooty bow and a slashy sword or axe. That's the kind of games that I like. Yeah. Red Dead Redemption, I haven't tried it, but I kind of feel like it isn't for me. I might be mistaken, but I kind of feel like I'm not. Now, let's see if we can take a better look at Bright Feather. Dynasty Warriors might be up your alley. Yeah, it's probably more up my alley than Red Dead Redemption. I'm supposed to... I want to be able to look at my horse. Thank you very much. Yes, I do know how to steer. It's very easy. I go like this. And when you are going like this, actually the rider's hands should be moving. When I steer to the left, the rider's hands should move to the left, never pull back. You steer a horse by basically pointing, not dragging and pulling. But we have the weird trot, and this is an extremely weird canter. Oh, there was a wall there. I definitely knew that there was a wall there. Yeah, the movement is very weird. Movement is exceptional. Did you get tired? The what? We had no energy left, apparently. Some characters use a sword and spear for combat. In later games that get changed for bow, staffs, etc. Okay. And Dynasty Warriors has a spin-off called Dynasty Warriors Empires. Gina's horse is very cute. Yeah. It has a very short tail. I do not like short tails like that. I feel like I'm just pointing out every mistake ever. But, yes. Woof woof. Yeah, so this is the fastest we can go. And it basically turns on a dime. It's a very mobile horse. That isn't the strongest. Yeah, and I do know, and then I steer like this, and I do not like it. Do not like it. Now that you learned the basics, I'll add a few jumps in the arena. Don't worry, I'll keep the obstacles small. For now. I need to press here. To help Brightfeather jump well, speed up to a trot or faster. Make sure your horse faces the obstacle straight on, and when you're close enough, jump it. Remember that it's easier to prepare for obstacles correctly when you're approaching it slowly. So if Brightfeather refuses a jump, make sure to take your time when you try again. All right, let's give it a try. Yeah! Don't you yeah my horse? I find that very rude. Thank you. Yeah, and then we have your basic... Can you please stop putting me in the not free camera mode? I very much like my free camera mode. Dog is just outside the door, maybe. Not maybe, it is right outside the door. Nice jump, Jeena. If you pay close attention after crossing an obstacle, you will see that your horse is improving their jump skill. You can train your horse in multiple disciplines such as jump, endurance, speed, or flexibility when you ride them. However, your horse will lose energy as you train them, and once they run out of energy, they can't be trained any further until they rest. Feel free to practice on the other cavalettes in the arena, and when you're done training, just come see me. I will. I will do a good workout. Dynasty Warriors Empires is interesting as they keep the character creation that was introduced in Dynasty Warriors 4. And you can become a ruler starting in Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires. Ooh. I can become a queen! Or an empress. I like empress more than queen. I don't know why. Empress Jeena. Yeah. Then in Dynasty Warriors 6... Empires, you can become an officer or a vagabond, which is a free officer. That is kind of cool. Kind of cool, not gonna lie. Moose would not jump like that. But that is gonna be very difficult to do. But basically, when you have obstacles that are this low, and you're going in a trot, because we are trotting at the moment, then the horse will basically just, like, you know, when you are walking over something very low, you just take a bit of a higher step, nothing else. That is the same way a horse would do this. The only way a horse would actually jump over these things is if we go in a canter like this. And then they would actually jump like that. I can jump in the diagonal! I'm sorry? I feel like I get impressed by the slightest of things. Okay, I couldn't... That was a bit too much. Okay, how far to the side can I actually go on this thing? Hello? Okay, that is pretty diagonal. Okay, that was too diagonal. The bar for horse games is so low that it's basically beneath the ground. And that's kind of what I wrote in the introduction as well. But it is true. It is true. Great training session, Jeena. I've already set up a beginning obstacle course on your ranch. So if you want to train again, you can always do so in your arena or right here in town. We still have a lot to chat about, but I'm sure you're very excited to get settled on your ranch with Brightfeather. Before you leave town, make sure to stop by the general store. I bet George has a little care package to help you get started. There might even be a character or two for Brightfeather in there. Talk to you soon, Jeena. Yee. I don't know why I am just looking up, smiling, and looking at my still picture and then going like, oh no, oh yeah, I am not moving today. In this were 7 or the end 8, they introduced you can form a vagabond unit with other free officers, and you can serve a ruler with the officers in that unit joining you or start an uprising. Ooh, I can rebel. The 7 introduces prefects, basically a lord who keeps an eye on land given to them by their ruler, which you can take the land given to you and rebel or do stuff a ruler would do, just weaker. That is interesting. And also, why are there chickens everywhere? And especially like the little chicks. These guys would be extremely close to the mother hen. Like you turn around, little chicks, and we go back to mom. Yeah, we go back to mom. Yes, back to mama. Both of you. Yeah, both. There we go. No, then mother... I don't think we're gonna get them closer than that. But at least they are closer now. Can I go in with the horse? I can go in with the horse. I do not recommend doing this. Just to be just be like, do not do this. Do not do this. But apparently this is how we do things. Can I please stop? Thank you. Welcome in, Jeena. I'm sure you had a long day, so I won't keep you for long. I prepared a little care package to help you get settled on your ranch. It includes a few tools for you, but most importantly some hay, grain and bedding for Brightfeather. It should be enough to last a few days. After that, you'll be able to gather more forage around your ranch or come by my store if you're missing something to care for your horse. I can gather forage! That sounds a bit obnoxious if I'm perfectly honest, because I would actually never do that, but yeah. I have a little bit of everything in my store, but nothing too fancy. You look very fancy though. You'd usually be able to visit my neighbors' stores too, but they've all closed down this spring due to the lack of visitors. Okay. Hopefully they'll come back by summer and you'll be able to meet them. Now, you should get home and bring Brightfeather in the stables to take care of them after this eventful day. I wish you both a good evening. Yeah. Good evening. Don't know why you would put the brushes over the apples and the carrots, but you do you. You do you. I would put the brushes on... Oh, these look tasty. They look very tasty. I want them. Oh, saddlery is closed. I wonder if I can get an English saddle and English reins. I would like English reins thing. A lot. Like a lot. Like a lot. Sheeps! Can I herd the sheeps? Yes. What? Why does the water move upwards? feel like that is not the way water works. Might be mistaken, but it doesn't work like that where I live. I can herd the sheepies! I am a cowgirl. I'm a sheep girl. I mean, I think. Because I'm pretty sure that cowgirls herd cows. I feel like I am saying so many weird things today. Okay, so this is my place, apparently. Also, don't trot on this type of road, but I have brave horse. I have big brave horse that dared to go across a bridge. I don't know why, but bridges are very scary for horses, interestingly enough. Okay, can I find a thing? I feel like we need to train endurance because this horse is not. Yes. Ooh. I feel like this is my farm. I wonder if I'm gonna have to actually water it and stuff like that, or if it's actually just gonna go like, yeah, you do not need to water stuff because this is nature. Nature waters your stuff for you. I jumped down the thing. Can I jump up the thing? I cannot jump up the thing. Okay, we need to jump down the thing again so that I can look at the jumping down. Yeah, looks fine. Looks okay. Because that's basically what a horse would do. Okay, this is... Oh, I am in... You should really make these things higher. I'm all for the horses just being able to scratch each other's back in the stable and stuff like that. But the front ones should be higher. Like they should be as high as the ones over there. Okay, so I need to press F. I feel like that is the wrong F. No, I need to press F here. Yes. Healthy adults. Yes, a lot of energy. Apparently. No, a lot of health. Don't know. Maybe not. Not a lot of energy. Not a lot of... Not a lot of this that I do not know how to pronounce. Because I want to say it like satiety, but I know that that's not how you pronounce it. And I am completely blanking on how to pronounce the thing. But yeah, this is an interesting part because a horse should never get hungry. They should always have something in their stomach. If they don't have something in their stomach, they are gonna become very sick very quickly. Care, trust, that checks out. We just bought him. Yeah. Yeah. Ah! Yeah. Spit it out. Ugh, dogs. Hey, the best part of this is that I do not need to worry about the camera because the camera is not watching me at the moment. Dog got a thing that dog shouldn't get. Can I actually... Each type of hay will give your horse a different amount of feeling full. Horses left in the pasture overnight don't need to be fed hay. Why does this give him 75% of the feeling full thing? Excellent quality hay to feed a malnourished horse. No! 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 Excellent quality hay to feed a horse that is very actively building muscle. Alfalfa hay is basically protein powder. You give horses Timothy hay. Maybe orchard grass if you have a horse that is a bit on the rotund side of things. Otherwise, you go with Timothy hay. We go with Timothy hay in this place. We're not gonna give him anything else than Timothy hay. Anything else would be blasphemous. Unless it is like a competition horse, then he will get a alfalfa hay. Or if it's basically a horse that is not out running and competing at all, then we can go with orchard grass. Otherwise, it's Timothy hay. Okay? Timothy hay. Grain can be given once a day, but it is not necessary. Grain can either satiate your horse. Did I just say it correctly or not? I don't know. Or be used to boost their training for a day. Each type of grain impacts a different training discipline. Milo, I have absolutely no idea what it is. Wheat? Barley? Fine. Corn? Fine. Oats? Satiety? What oats basically does. Oats is like energy drinks for horses. Apparently we just gave him an energy drink and it did not boost energy at all. But fine. Treats can be given once a day and should usually be given midday to regenerate your horse's energy. Energy is used to train and participate in competitions. Lady hates pears. Have not given them watermelon. I'm very sure that Moose would just eat the watermelon and be fine with it. I'm very sure that Lady... No, I think Lady would actually like watermelon. Pumpkin, I don't think Lady would like. Moose would probably eat it. Cucumber, I think they both would like it actually. Apple is Lady's favorite. Moose eats it. Carrot is Moose's favorite. Lady likes it as well. Lady really likes rose hips though. Like I was out in the pasture this late summer and I was picking some rose hips for me. And then all of a sudden I had Lady's head on my shoulder. And she was basically like, for me? And she was so cute that like I picked rose hips, I cleaned them out, I ate half of it myself and Lady got the other half. And Moose was just in the background being very confused. He's very cute when he's confused. But yeah, I don't need to feed. Okay, like carrot. There you go. You eat carrots, weird. Brush your horse as needed in the morning and during the day to keep them clean and increase their trust in you. Very true. If your horse is left dirty for too long, they risk becoming unhealthy. Nah. Avoid brushing their head. No. Brush their head. There's a bridle on the head. The head should be clean. But fine. Ooh, I need to brush. Am I brushing? I don't know. Am I brushing? This is also not the way. Don't go like this. Go with the fur. Like with. And we're gonna go on the cheeks because it's important to brush the cheeks. Okay, not what. I have a wimp, a horse wimp. because you're also supposed to brush around where, like everywhere where the bridle is. But yeah, you brush with the fur. And here it goes up, actually. But otherwise than that, it just goes down and backwards. Except for right here where it goes up. Okay, so we muck. Clean your horse's stall when they're left in the stables overnight. You can also place down straw to keep your horse comfortable indoors. Sand? Why would I want sand? Sawdust is basically the normal. I have straw for Lady and Moose. I really like having straw. I find that the horses feel like it's very comfortable and it's very tough for me to actually clean. But I feel like it's better for the horses for a lot of different reasons. So I prefer it when you have a few horses. Otherwise, if you have a lot of horses, go with sawdust. I don't think we have any dirt, so paste through. Wait. No blanket. Wait. What are we doing? Keep each of your horses either in the stable. It's into pasture. Hold on. If you're in the pasture, thank you very much. Yes. If you're in the pasture, do not wear. Ooh, is it apple? I can gather the stuff. Can I run? I cannot run faster than this. Orchard grass. Where is the Timothy hay at? Hello. This is also kind of sad because horses really should be together with other horses. So we're just gonna ignore that and hope that we get a lot of money very soon so that we can buy another one. Oh, hello V. Hi, welcome to stream. Welcome. I got carrot seeds. This is my new home. Okay, we're visiting the home. Home. Yes, home. I do not know how to speak English, apparently. That is also not how you gather straw, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Yeah, that's not how you gather straw. It feels like a bit of a fire hazard to just have your open fire go. Am I supposed to sleep now? I think I'm supposed to sleep. I do not know. I have saved. I have money. Hi, Jeena. I hope you had a good night's rest, because we have a busy day ahead. Why don't you come by my shop and I'll get you set up with a new training course to practice with your horse. You have a first competition to get ready for. I apparently have a competition to get ready for. I see. Carrot! Can I jump down? I can run down. I think I am running on top of the ground. I do not know. More apples. I like that this is very much not an apple tree and yet it drops apples. But it's fine. Hello. Oh, okay. We are riding bareback. On top of the horse. Like we have, we're not sitting on the horse. Not even close to sitting on top of the horse. We are soaring above it. It's floating above it, maybe it's called. I do not know English because reasons. Hello? Wait. Why do I not have why do I not have the thing? Okay, so now we can put the things on. This is also, by the way, the correct way. Like you always start with the pad or the blanket, and then the saddle, and then the bridle. Can we mount, please? Thank you. Now, where am I supposed to go? Okay, go to entrance. Okay, I am... Yes. I do not have the pointy arrows anymore, which means that I am now lost. I see the thing! I see the thing! Yes, and we're tired. My drink is running out as well. And drink is also cold, but it's still sweet. Until states of apple and cinnamon, so it's fine. Okay. Now, where am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to visit River, but is it River where she was yesterday, or has she, for some unknown reason, moved? Like normal people tend to do. Is this the correct way? I feel like this is not the correct way. Because I do not recognize this place. I feel like this is the wrong direction. Riding some horses today, nice. Yes, it's a very ugly horse butt though. So we are ignoring the horse butt. We are also ignoring the weird trot. And I am lost. So we are probably riding a lot. But I definitely came from this. Did I not come from this direction? No, wait, I came from this direction. Came from this direction. Now, this looks pickable. Can I pick it from the horse? I cannot pick it from the horse. What do you mean there's no space to dismount here? There is plenty of space to dismount. Hello? I want to pick this. Thank you. The farmer that lives deep in my heart will not say anything. Will not say anything. I am very kind. I am not nitpicking. Why is it so difficult for me to just play a horse game and just have fun and not rant a ton? I don't know. I do not know at all. Torch. Where am I even supposed to go? Yeah, this is River's home. That is me. Does that mean that she's in her home? Was I in the right place? Is this where I'm supposed to go? That is also very typical of horses, actually, to just go down and scritch their legs as soon as you stop. I would not like to sleep above the stable, actually. Hello, Tamaki. Hi, welcome. Hope you've been doing good today. Hi, Jeena. Hell, yes? Oh! I was just pressing the click pointy arrow thing, and and then and then I'm supposed to click one of the buttons. Yes, I am a professional. Bedroom above the stable. Yeah, apparently she sleeps above the stable. I do not recommend. Horses, they make a lot of noise, especially in the night. Chat. I know how overwhelming it can be to have all of these responsibilities and horses to take care of. I have one, which is very nerve-wracking, since if anyone knowledgeable in horses and also in some capacity law thing, police stuff, I'm in trouble. I have one horse. I'm in trouble. You're legally not allowed to have one horse alone. I am allowed to own only one horse. But that horse needs to have company from some horse. Not even a cow. Cow is not fine. It needs another horse. We are in search of another horse. Preferably stallion, actually. Otherwise it's gonna be nasty. Yeah. But don't forget to take all the time you need and enjoy each day at the ranch. I hope Bright Feather's training is going well. Is it a quest? You don't think we can move forward with that just yet? Okay. Shop? I don't know what I'm doing, but you told me to get to your shop. Can I help you and Bright Feather with something? I do not know. Can you? Beginner flower fence? I don't know. Purchase? Maybe. I like a cavaletic horse. I like that. I don't like the country barrel. I do not like barrel racing. I haven't tried it, but that costs a lot. No, we're done. Quest is done. I was supposed to buy something. Gina's just pretending to not be professional to keep us on her toes. Yes, it's a game. Isn't it exciting? Choice anxiety. Yeah. But flowers are pretty. So, yes, that's my thought there. Gina, I'm glad you came back to pick up the flower fences. Did I have an option? I don't know. Did I? Yeah. Before you run out of here, I thought I'd give you a few tips about Bright Feather's training. As you might have noticed, you will naturally train your horse as you round around town or jump in the arena. You can see their energy with you can see next to their energy which skill level they are actively training. For example, galloping will train their endurance, while cantering improves their speed. Which feels weird to me, but fine. Flexibility is practiced by turning sharply, and jumping, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Keep in mind, you can't train a horse indefinitely. It will be limited both daily, based on the horse's energy, and through their whole life, depending on their potential. As your horse practices different activities throughout the day, such as training and competing, their energy will go down. This will also impact how long they can gallop, and if your horse completely runs out of energy, they won't be able to go faster than a canter. Luckily, energy is restored daily, as long as your horse is healthy. Your horse will also have more energy if they sleep in the stable, so keep that in mind before turning them out in the pasture. Didn't know that. Makes sense though, because it's like that in real life. Potential, on the other hand, can't be restored as easily. Your horse will naturally lose potential as they age, and will lose a potential point for every skill point they gain. So, choice anxiety. got to go work on some music. Have fun, Jeena. Yeah, have fun working on the music. And tell me if you want me to sing anything sometimes, because I would love that. I gladly lend my voice. Okay? Bye bye. Have fun. Have fun, Skippy. I will also gladly lend my voice if that makes me able to sing stuff on the stream. In other words, if you want to maximize a horse's speed skill, you might want to limit their endurance training to put as much of their potential as possible into their speed. Okay. For now, let's focus on improving your horse's jump skill. Okay. Simply walk into the arena with Bright Feather and select a beginning course you'd like to practice on. You should have a few courses to choose from now. I am not the best jumping rider. I am way better at dressage, but I'm gonna give my feedback on this practice course. Okay, I think this game is causing my PC to act up. Don't know how. It's causing my PC to act up. I mean, it's sounding pretty nice though, but it couldn't handle the VTube studio thing at the same time, which is weird, because I'm very sure that it managed to do that yesterday. I'll keep that in mind. I love your singing voice. Well, thank you. And do ask me to sing on a day where I haven't screamed at students, because I have screamed a lot today. My voice is kind of tired. Although the music teacher actually talked a bit about something like voice back, or I don't know, something in the apothecary that you can do something with and it protects your voice. I'm sort of just thinking that maybe I should get that. Because I speak a lot at work, and then I go home and then I stream and I still speak a lot. And I think that would be kind of good for my voice, because sometimes I feel like I have strained my voice a bit. Which definitely comes through when I'm singing. But yeah. With any luck, she'll decide to open the competitions again. Yes, okay, fine. Do I have another quest? Okay, we have improved, apparently. I'm sure Madeline will be very happy to hear about your progress. You should go home and rest now, you both deserve it. Yeah, what? I kind of want to actually try the jumping thingamabobs that I didn't do. I mean, I definitely did them. Yes. It's not like I just skipped an entire thing. Beginner. Flower fanes. Begin the course. This is so low. Isn't there a proper course? Am I just basically... Nah, it's not that. These are in an angle though, so these probably don't work together, but we're gonna do it right as if they are. When you are jumping, it's like, sure, I got very... this is a 1. That's a 1, 2, 3 canters? Canter leaps? I don't know the English word for stuff. I'm gonna try it. Yes. I'm gonna back up. Because when you are jumping, you're sort of counting how many canter steps, jumps, things that you have between the hurdles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5. We're gonna check on these guys, because 1, 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. So if we're having 1.5 canters in between, in this height, I would probably try and make it 2. So shorten the canter a bit, so that you can squeeze in another canter thingamabob. Because it's just gonna give the horse that much more power upwards. You can also just sort of, like if it was higher. If it was higher, I would just go like, yeah, we're going faster. We're going faster. But since it's so low, it's shortening it up is fine. I also find it very weird that the horse is sort of going like, no, can't jump this. It's not like it's basically a bar on top of the ground. And I can just step over it. How much energy do we have? We do not have a lot of energy. I can probably feed it a carrot because I have a lot of carrots. Yes. We have now eaten a carrot. And let her go. Yeah, if you don't do like that. Actually. Yeah, if you were my student and you did something like this, I would throw you, I would yeet you off the horse. I would yeet you off the horse. Because, first things first, like the horse is very, like the neck is very twisted, which is basically very bad for the horse's back and skeleton, basically. And that is mainly the reason, because if we are actually looking and we don't look at the horse's front legs just sliding across the surface, and we are imagining if it actually crossed its legs and stepped to the side, this is one of the hardest dressage movements that you can do. It's way easier to stand still with the front legs and make the back hind legs move in a circle around. This is difficult. And it's not done by doing whatever that rider is doing. But I understand it's gonna be the easier way to actually animate a way to turn the horse like a lot. I understand. I am just laughing a bit because that is not how it works. I swear the hooves are messing up when you do that. Yeah. When you're sliding like this, the hooves are... yeah. The hind legs kind of move like that though. If we just look at the hind legs, they basically move like that when doing that dressage movement. Everything else is wrong. But yeah, it bothers me. Yeah, bothers me as well. Not that much though. I kind of like though that the horse is sometimes moving its ears around. Because what you typically see with a good horse, or a good rider and a horse, more or less, is that the horse is always having one ear aimed towards the rider. Because that is basically the horse just admitting like, hey, you're in charge, I trust you, I listen to what you are doing. This horse is basically with its ears forward like that. That is basically the horse saying that I do things my way. You're in for the visit. And it's basically listening a bit to the side there, but not to the rider. But it's fine. I don't know how much the developers of this game actually are a rider, because I know that this model and the like the way this horse moves would bother the living stuffings out of me. But I think it'll... What? Okay, we need to go down this hill again. Okay, plus... Okay. Be still, my little heart. Look at this rider and how this rider is sitting right now. And now we are moving down the hill. Look at the rider leaning backwards. And now we're on flat back. The rider leans forward again. And now we're going up the hill. Look at what the rider does. She leans forward and moves her arms forward. That is what you do when you go up a hill. And this excites me way more than it should. But that is how you actually do it. That is how you actually ride down and up a hill. Not a teensy-tiny hill like that, because this is a bit... Especially back and down. I would not lean this far down, back down this hill. But the fact that this rider actually does do that, and the fact that she's actually standing in the stirrups, leaning forward, moving her arms forward. Yeah. Yeah. Alternate title, Jeena heavily reviews a horse game. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of it though, but yeah, maybe I should actually try and do the game. I don't know what I'm supposed to do though. Is there a thing somewhere of where we're supposed to go and do competition board? Am I supposed to go to the competition board? I can go to the person. Hi, am I supposed to chat with you? Is that the thing that I'm supposed to do? Okay, I apparently need to wild spirit. That's what the tail's supposed to look like, not this wimpy little thing. Hello. Quest. I do not have a quest. Shop. Common horse... What? Rare horse vendors. That's a lot of money. Bidding high on a horse might seem expensive at first, but it can actually be a good strategy to win the auction quickly and deter other bidders. Naturally, when the horse in question is particularly exceptional, it's unlikely to sell without some competition from other buyers. However, I must say I cannot find fault with that situation. This is the competition board, right? Are we supposed to do a competition? I'm sure that you will surpass your previous best time today, Jeena. I do not have a previous best time, my dear. Okay, we have a competition. I do not have enough energy. Never mind. Can I feed you a carrot? I cannot feed you a carrot. Okay. I guess we aren't competing today. Where is home? I think... Oh. Yeah, I cannot gallop. Cannot gallop. That is the saddlery, that's the general store, and I think my farm is over here. See, I have learned the map. I have learned the map. I feel like this is progress. Big progress. Yes. Okay, lighting stuff, I do not know. This is Timothy, we need that. We need that. So, and horse information. Do I need to do the pitchfork? I do not need to do the pitchfork. I think we need to brush though. And I think we were supposed to do that in the start, actually. But anyhow, we just slide the brush around in the typical horse game fashion of just sliding around and hoping for the best. And that is it. And we'll go with Timothy. Hey. Do we need this? Relax, improve the flexibility. We only have oats though. We do not need more such feeling full. So this is fine. And now is I'm sorry, I'm gonna get you a friend as soon as I have the money for it. Okay? I'm sorry. I feel bad. I feel bad for him. Oh, more Timothy though. More Timothy, we have more food. More food is good. Now I feel like we should go up and we try and plant things. Gonna plant things. I have carrot seeds. I have planted carrot seeds. Can I plant? I can plant things here too. I am a farmer. I'm not really sure. It kind of disappointed me that I didn't have an I can fertilize, but I do not have any horse poop. I want horse poop. But I do not have horse poop. So I must survive without it. As I said, I feel like I'm saying very weird things today. Okay. Morning. Is this a savificator thing? No, that's not the savificator thing. How do I save this game? I'm so happy to hear from River that you've been training hard. I might be getting a bit ahead of myself, but if you're feeling ready and believe you can place in the top 4, come sign up at the competition board in town and we'll have an official inauguration of Rivershine's competitions. How would I know if I'm gonna be able to place top 4 if I don't even know how the competition is gonna work? But I guess we need to place top 4. We basically need to get a ribbon of any color other than white. Because white, at least in Sweden, is what you get when you come 5th place or lower. And the amount of people who get ribbons is actually dependent on how many competitors there are. In some sort of weird fashion. Okay, we need to brush. Because that's apparently something that you do in the start of the day. So we do that. Hello? Why did the care not go up? Okay, care does not go up today. And we have horse poop. That was a bit weird for just me to touch the thing and then it removed itself, but fine. And then we have straw again in Timothy Hay because reasons. And then we mount our little pony. And this way. I did not forget which way I was coming. I simply forgot which way I was going. If that makes sense. I feel like it doesn't. I'm off to bed. Have fun with your horse. See you on all next stream. Yeah, bye-bye, Mogul. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming here. I hope you had at least a bit of fun looking at me being impressed by a girl standing up in her stirrups and walking up the hill. Ooh, I am fine. I am fine. I am not easily impressed by a horse, by a character leaning forward and backward in the back, like leaning in while riding in hills and slopes. I am not easily impressed. I just love it. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now, where am I going? Where are the things? I'm going there. I am there. I see. Always fun listening in until the questionable stuff, but anyway, bye. Yeah, bye, Mogul. Thank you for coming. I do hope that you will have a great rest of the night, and a great tomorrow as well. Though, if we're perfectly honest, you have a great time, whichever time it may be. Okay. Now, I have not cantered. You should have plenty of energy. We have plenty of energy. See, look at me being careful. Okay, you do not wish to speak with me when I'm on my horse, which is weird to me. But we dismount, and we leave our horse, and we only have one competition. I guess we compete in this one. Okay, how does one compete? Okay, there's a random chicken in the road. A lot of random chickens in the road. Oh no, I don't like that. But okay, I guess we're going with this. No, I was. Oh yeah, I'm having this. No, am I locked to that? I am locked to not having a free cam. I want the free cam. That is how I normally twist and turn. Apparently not this time. Okay, there we go. And not canter full speed on top of a bridge. That feels like suicide. And dirt. There we go. If I rode like that with my riding instructor, she would not be very pleased. But my riding instructor is not here. I can jump hurdles as twisty turny as I want to. I came in fourth. I needed to come in fourth or better. So I'm fine. Hello, John. Hi, welcome to stream. Welcome. I came in fourth. After 6 competitors, I don't feel like that is good, but I came in fourth. And I also have more money. And now I need to complete a quest. This is something that sad to say, but I feel like Star Stable is doing better. I can actually speak with people from the horse's back and do not need to dismount. Good day, Jeena. I have a quest. And I am losing my voice. Ah, that was an impressive performance, Jeena. I offer you my congratulations on inaugurating our town's first competition. Well, it's not exactly our town's first competition, but it has certainly been a few years since we last hosted one. I'm delighted to have you here, Jeena, truly. It's only a little sad for us to have a new champion. Rivershine used to host the most famous competitions. It was a source of pride for our town and attracted many travelers. Unfortunately, our champion left town after her last horse grew too old to compete. She could not bring herself to continue without them and instead decided to create statues to honor them. Yeah, that is actually a thing that happens. Kind of sounds a bit sad, but it actually does happen. Not the statues thing. But it definitely happens that, like, if you have a horse that becomes really, really special to you, and especially your first horse, and that horse either dies or becomes sick or too old and stuff like that, a lot of riders actually stop. Like, never ride again. And it's sort of weird because imagine just having, like, being in a soccer team or a football team or something like that. And when your trainer basically quits for some reason, then you sort of go like, yeah, I am never playing football again. It's so weird when you compare it to other sports, but to another equestrian, it's sad, but we also understand. And it's also weird because if we take it to dogs or cats and stuff like that, yeah, you become extremely sad when they pass away. But it's also like, you grieve for a bit, and then most of us get a new dog or a new cat, and it's not gonna take the place of the first one, but it's gonna be a new one. And we're gonna form a new bond, and it's gonna be equally special. Just not the same. And technically it would become the same way with horses, but there are a lot of people who just become so crushed when they lose their first horse that they just end up never returning, or not returning until like 10 years later. Losing a horse kind of, it's a blow. It's a blow, and it's a blow in a weird way. You can see in our town square the first statue she made of her horse, Wild Sprite. We're quite lucky to... Wait, did you see the statue glow just a little just now? Ah, silly me. I think my imagination is getting the best of me these days. Regardless, I'm very proud of you and Brightfeather for your performance today. I'm sure that everyone in town agrees with me. I know you have already won a prize, but I wanted to give you a little extra to celebrate your achievement. Please use it wisely. I will use it to buy a new horse. And if you would like to compete again, please don't hesitate to speak with me. Shall we make the most of this fine day? Oh yeah, you have the horse vendor stuff. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, and bye-bye. Can we compete again? I feel like I want to try to compete again. Yeah, we cannot do that there, apparently. Okay, still that. Still the beginner. But yeah, let's try again and see if we can place a bit better. And perhaps be a bit more aggressive. Because I definitely wasn't that. And just go full Star Stable mode, full race ahead. Not over this, though. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the whole steering thing. Again. Like, just let me steer in the way that I'm comfortable with. You do not have a lot of endurance, do you? I feel like that is probably what's gonna limit us. I press jump! There we go. Okay, gallop. Yeah, this is probably not going well. I placed 4th. I get money. Yeah. Can we buy a new horse? We only have like 2,000, and I think all of the horses cost like 3,000. But I would like for us to actually get a horse friend for our horse. And then, yes, our horse's friend needs another. Ooh. I can buy a wild horse. Horses have a beginner skill level in all disciplines. They can feature a few coat colors such as bay and chestnut, but they do not have any coat patterns. Huh. I think wild horse is the only one that we actually are gonna be able to. And we cannot bid on this. I think we're not gonna be able to bid on anything if we're perfectly honest, but yeah, cannot get that either. I'm not even sure if we should bother with getting another horse either. Just because I don't know if we're gonna have the time to actually care for it. But it is a bit annoying for me to have only one horse, and therefore that horse is lonely. So yeah. Literal seconds after your horse loses its second competition, you start looking for a new horse. Horses are deemed worthless and get discarded quickly, huh? No, no, no. I am getting a friend for my horse. I'm still gonna compete with my first one. But it cuts in it my heart hurts when I heard the horse neighing and not having a friend. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get any. I really don't think we're gonna be able to get any. So yeah. No friend for you. You're gonna be alone forever. Hello. This is why we go this mode, because then we can actually move the camera. Yeah, we need endurance. We need to train endurance. Because, my lord. The speed worked. Endurance. Not so much. Not so much. Are we tired now? Are you tired? Yeah, 25%. I think he's tired. Oh, that's why the energy thing won't get up that much. Because we're basically gonna gallop and then we walk, wait for it to come back up. And then we gallop again. Intervals! We're doing interval training. That's kind of what you do when you're training endurance though, but the whole Like if you are doing trot, then canter, trot, canter, trot, canter. That's a way to actually train, not endurance, but strength. That's how you build up a horse's strength. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to stream, Diablo. Hope you're doing good today. I am riding a horse and it goes zoom. And then I have to trot a bit and then I can make it go zoom again. And here we have food. And I am cheap. And therefore, I like grabbing free food. I like free food. Also, do not pick grass in a horse's pasture. Pasture is a bit iffy sometimes, depending on how well you clean it. Because yes, you are supposed to clean the horse's pasture as well if you have a lot of horses. If you have a lot of horses, or if you have a very small area. Okay. Did it have the ribbon before, or is that something that he got now? And you guys are seeing the flickering as well. Yeah, there are some weird flickering, but I mean, I guess we can try and put it on better settings because it really does look a lot better. Since I had to turn off VTube Studio because it really does look better. It's a cozy little game, but I think if you lessened the amount that the trees and the grass and bushes and stuff like that is moving, then it would probably work a bit better. Because I don't see any light shafts and stuff like that that would hinder the game. I'm not really sure why it's running like it does. Oh, that I have horse poop. Okay, never mind. But I have horse poop. Am I supposed to do something with the horse poop? Am I supposed to put it in a fertilizer thingamabob? And in that case, where do I do that? Is it in the stable? No. It should be close to the stable. I do not know. I have absolutely no idea. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Have you got some food, by the way? Yes, you have. You have food. Good. Good. We do like our horses having food. Otherwise, they die. Kind of goes very quickly. Which is also why I like to have straw as bedding. Because if they run out of food, they can munch on their bedding and it's not going to fill them up. It's not going to make them fat or something like that. But it's going to keep them full for a bit longer. Good morning, Jeena. I've seen you running around town with that horse of yours. And it gave me an idea. Would you mind stopping by the general store next time you're in town? George. sure. I kind of think that we should start ending stream though. Because I do need to get up really early tomorrow. And you have pooped! Pitchfork! I kind of want to do the slightest... Like, if I'm doing this, I kind of want to do the slightest bit myself. But oh well, it's fine. I feel like this is a part of horse games that happens a lot. That you are brushing just because you're supposed to brush. And yes, brushing is important. But it's also like, why do I need to brush it in a horse game? Because that is... brushing is not the most fun part. And you have pooped, explains in audible glee. Yes. Horse people, myself included, are a bit weird when it comes to poop. And seeing horse poop. Okay? Because right now, why I became happy right now was basically because of the whole getting fertilizer. But when you see horse poop in real life, that basically means that your horse is healthy. And when you're kind of looking at your horse and to see if it's healthy or sick or whatever, you kind of do that by looking at their poop. So for example, I always take in Moose and Lady at around 5 p.m. That looks horrible from this angle. So I take them in the evening. And then after stream, I go out and I check on them again. If they haven't pooped, I get really worried and I start doing the checkups to see if their stomach is working. Because if something is wrong with the horse's stomach, if they don't poop, if they're unable to poop, they can... If worst comes to worst, they die within hours. In best case scenario, they basically just haven't pooped. But when a horse is having the tummy aches and stuff like that, the best feeling ever is when you see that horse poop. Because that means that the worst is over and it's gonna become healthy again. Basically, to have a healthy horse, you make sure that they eat hay, and you make sure that they poop, and you make sure that their feet and legs are working. That's it. Oh, within hours? That's pretty extreme. Yeah, it can. If it's worst case scenario, it's within hours. Normally, it's not that bad, but worst case scenario is within hours. Normal is more like days. Like one day, 12 hours. Kind of depends on what happens. But I have definitely had a case where the horse was healthy at evening around 8, and when the personnel came to the stable in the morning, the horse was dead. Because of poop getting stuck, basically. Not really poop, but with troubles with their stomach. It can go really quickly. Insanely quickly. So therefore, poop is very important. And it sounds weird, but that is kind of why we are so poop obsessed. And sure, cleaning it up can be annoying and stuff like that, but really seeing that the horse is healthy, like as soon as... like when I'm mucking out, when I'm cleaning the stable, And I think we're actually kind of done with games, so let me start VTube Studio again and we can actually have a proper chat. Because I would like that. But I'm gonna have to start it up again. But, where was I? Oh yeah, so when I clean out the stable, I basically just notice how many poops there are, just to get a sort of quick feel on how the horse is doing. So if I go out and Moose only has one very small poop, now I'm gonna be very worried. If he has one big poop, I'm gonna be fine with it. But yeah. I press all of the wrong buttons today. And like so, and we go camera on. Thank you. Yes. Are we here? I have the camera on. Thank you. Have you found me? We have found. We have found. So it got talking, and there we go. I will quit this game. And now it runs smoothly, because the game is now gone. I had no clue. I thought they were like humans in that regard. I don't expect humans to fall dead if they don't poop for a day. And you're back. Yes. Yeah, if a horse doesn't poop for an entire day, you get extremely worried. But it's basically because the horse's intestines and their whole food tract thing is basically made for eating 18 hours a day. That's what horses are made for. Humans are made for eating not 18 hours a day. Like, we are made for having a few larger meals, basically. And the same with dogs and cats. Like, they are made for having few but right, or not cat actually. They are kind of best when they are eating small amounts but often. But dogs are also kind of meant to have bigger meals. But a horse is made to eat 18 hours a day, which also means that their stomach and their intestines is made to never be empty. And they are basically made to always have food processing going through. So if there is a stop somewhere, it's serious. Oh, that makes total sense then. They eat a lot, so their intestines get clogged quicker. Yeah, basically that, and also that because they are rather large animals, so if something goes wrong, it kind of tends to be serious. And a horse is made to be an animal that escapes prey and stuff like that. So when they actually get sick, it tends to be not good. Because if it's just a teensy tiny bit bad, they sort of shrug it off and they work like, I'm fine, I'm totally fine, I promise. It's not as much with horses now as it probably was, because they are heavily what's it called? They aren't wild, but they are not captive bred, but they are, like, humans trained bred for stuff. So I don't think they are as bad about that as they used to be. I know rabbits and guinea pigs are the worst at masking sickness and stuff like that, and horses kind of do that. You really need to notice very small details in a horse. So I actually called the vet out for a lady a couple of years ago, I feel like it was. Because basically she made her eyes were... How do I explain it? like she was very tense around her eyes and her nostrils flared out. That basically means that she's in immense pain. So much pain. Basically the amount of pain that would make us humans just want to curl up in a tiny ball and not move. That's the amount of pain she was in. And she was walking, she was trying to lay down, and because there was something with her stomach. And when I sort of just listened to her stomach, I didn't hear the bubbles. Horses always have bubble sounds, sort of gurgle sounds coming from their stomach on both sides. And hers have always been very loud. And I didn't hear it on one of her sides. I heard it on the other, but not on that side. So I got very worried, and I kind of called the vet out, and I was forcing her to walk. I was basically hysterical. Because it's also something like, when it's your own horse, you get so scared, so panicked, that you don't think clearly. Like, I could see the signs, I knew what it was. I knew that she has a trouble with her stomach. My thought that was that she would die. She was gonna die. If I saw that with someone else's horse, I would probably be like, you're fine. Just walk it off. I'll be here. And the vet was with us on phone as well. And my dad and my mom was there as well. And they sort of just was there for emotional support. They don't know a lot about horses. My dad can care for the horses if I'm away sometimes, but he's not that knowledgeable about horses. He knows a lot more about cows and stuff like that. So they were there for emotional support. And then just, like, the vet was about 500 meters away or a kilometer away or something. Then she pooped. I think she pooped at least. I'm not really sure. But it was like... Or she farted. I don't know what she did. But her pain face relaxed. She got her nostrils relaxed a bit. She wasn't trying to lay down as much. But yeah. Yeah, but anyone would be hysterical in that situation. Yeah, if it's your own horse. If it's your own horse. And it's also like if it would be my dog, I would also probably be like, nah, I'm gonna be fine. But it's, I don't know, it's weird. I've always been very, like, sure, I've been worried about the dog sometimes. I've been worried about the cat. But the panic that I feel when the horses are feeling unwell is insane. So insane. Like the first time I got one of the horses sick, that was also Lady, by the way. Like, my horses are very healthy, I promise. It just so happens that Lady has been out for a bit. But I had her in a summer camp for riders with deaf blindness. And she was a camp horse. I was there as her caretaker, basically. But so we were both working. I got paid for both of us. Which is not that big of a comfort when you make basically $20 a day for working from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Not the best wage. So yeah, 200 a day, basically 400 a day since Lady was working. Not the best, but it was fun. But she basically was in a pasture, and we didn't know it, but there were probably wasps or something in that pasture. So when I took her in one day, she had basically huge blisters all over her body. Enormous blisters. Like, you like a hand size does. The smaller ones were as big as your hand, basically. I got so worried, and my thought was going, hay fever. She has hay fever. She's gonna die. She's gonna die tomorrow. This is my fault. There's a poisonous plant. She has poisoned herself. She's gonna die. There were wasps. And she's probably a bit sensitive to wasps. She was fine. That's horrifying. Yeah, if you haven't seen it before. I mean, all of the others were like, yeah, pet, I know how you feel, but it's just an allergic reaction. Chill the F down. That was basically what they were saying. Like, it's just an allergic reaction. It's either wasps or some fly or the anti-fly spray that you've been using. It's one of these three. You're fine. I was not fine for a couple of days until all of the blisters were away. All of the other girls and all of the other leaders and instructors and stuff were like, yeah, I understand you, but she's fine. Chill the F down, girl. Yeah. So yeah, it's horrifying, but like, yeah. I was also extremely nervous when Moose cut his head open. Which also sounds really intense. Compared to a scale, it's like my scar is bigger than his scar is. But he does have a scar. He does have a scar that's about 10 centimeters, I think, across his forehead. My thought was also that we're gonna have to call that. They are gonna have to sew it shut. It's massive. And then we sort of asked a family member, like, hey, what should we do? There's, like, it's a huge cut that he has across his face. And she was like, well, this is the number to the vet. You can probably send them a picture and they're gonna tell you what to do. And the vet was like, he's gonna be fine. Just make sure that there aren't any flies in it. Like, the amount of times that I have asked either the farrier or the vet that, hey, is my horse dying? And their answer has been like, no, they are fine. I don't know. Yeah. But pets are essentially family members, so everyone gets worried when their pet gets hurt. Yeah, it is. I need to stop writing the word essentially. The S in part of that word is light up in bright orange every time. Yeah, or you intentionally spell it wrong and spell it with just one S. You could go with that too. You could go with that one. Yeah, I don't know. This is coming from a horse person because I definitely am a horse person. I am not sure. I like most animals. There are very few that I don't like. Very few that I avoid. I like almost all animals. I cannot choose between horse and like cat and dog because I like cats. I like dogs. I feel like cats have their strong suits. I feel like dogs have their strong suits. Which is also like when I'm moving, when I'm getting like I cannot choose between cat and dog. I have issues because I want one of them. What is it? Yeah. But I feel like the bond between a horse and a person is... It sounds so cliche to say that it's special, but it's different. It's different. And if maybe that's the same with all animals though, like dogs love their human, the human loves their dog, the cat loves their human, and the human loves their cat. But it's different. It's different. I feel like dogs and cats are more similar in their way of expressing that than horses are, which is kind of weird because dogs and cats are very different. Maybe it's just the feeling of having like this massive animal that could basically end you if they wanted to, and having them actually trust you and actually wanting your companionship. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Cats are objectively better than dogs, though, Jeena. You're objectively wrong here. No. Cats are objectively better than dogs when it comes to wintertime cuddles and playtime and just basic craziness. And dogs are way better than cats if you want someone to go out and run with. Yeah. That's basically my thought. Like when it's raining outside, I do not like dogs. I love cats when it's raining outside, and when it's very warm and hot and sunny outside as well, if I'm perfectly honest. But I have days when I love dogs more than cats. I have days when I love cats more than dogs. Right now, not today actually, I'm more of a dog person, but otherwise, the entire January, I've been a cat person. For me, it kind of switches. Yeah, I get why horses would be different. You spend a lot of time caring for them in different ways, and you even spend a lot of time training them as well. Yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of the same with dogs, though. You spend a lot of time caring for the dog, and you are around your dog a lot of the time. And you train your dog. Maybe, I don't know, but a lot of people do. So yeah. Maybe I like horses because they are basically the perfect mix between dog and cat. Because you do get the independence of a cat. Like if I leave my horse in the pasture during summer for a week, they are not gonna notice. Or they are gonna notice if I leave them for a week. They are gonna be very mom and come running when I come. But I can leave them there for a couple of days and they will be fine. But at the same time, you get the activity and the training part of dogs. And you also get the pack mentality that dogs have. But you also get some very horse-like behavior as well. I don't know. All animals are different. All have their strong points and their... I don't want to say weaknesses, but they all have their strong points and their points that kind of doesn't work for some people at least. Isn't compatible with some people. Because horses have a lot of them. Horses aren't for everyone. And it should also be more fine that it is rather fine, actually, to be an adult and go to riding school. It might be difficult to actually find a riding school that borrows you horses and that actually caters to more experienced riders. But there are places like that. That's an interesting perspective. I have never heard anyone describe horses that way. My mind is different. I don't know. I just feel like you always talk about cats being very independent and dogs being very active and very social. And horses are kind of both. They are both very independent and very social at the same time. Just in different ways. And a dog is definitely more... like a dog doesn't need another dog. A cat doesn't need another cat. But a horse needs another horse. So for cats and dogs, the human can actually become their pack. That doesn't work with a horse. A human doesn't even come close to a horse companion. Yeah. Maybe I should get a horse. Do you think I could fit one in the bathroom of a 40 square meter apartment? I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it, no. No. But you can get a horse and you can put it in the stable. Because if you live in an apartment, you probably have a stable somewhere close by. It's usually like that in Scandinavia. I think Denmark is probably the same as... Not the same, but similar to how it is in Sweden. Because we have a lot of stables. Basically, almost every bigger place has at least one stable. It's just more or less expensive. Horses can be a lot of, like, very expensive. That's mainly the big drawback of horses. I get around it kind of good because my dad has a farm. I wouldn't recommend it, but you wouldn't downright warn against it, so I'll take that as soft encouragement. No, don't. I don't want to see how your apartment would look after that. And not to mention the whole animal thing about a horse. Basically, the rules about horses are that they have to have outdoor pastures, and they also have to have a big enough pasture so that they can freely express all of their different gaits, like your walk and your trot and your canter and your gallop. They are supposed to be able to do all of those. I don't think that your bathroom is gonna be big enough for that. So yeah. Not very recommended. Not recommended at all. It's advised against. But yeah. So for my horses, I basically it works kind of well for me because my dad is an old farmer. So when he basically sold off all of the cows and stuff like that because he kind of didn't want to deal with that few cows. It's not like he didn't have a lot of them, but he had a few. He's more into forestry and farming than actual animal husbandry. So then we kind of rebuilt the old barn into a proper stable. So that's where my horses live. They have an old cow pasture as their pasture. And we get hay because we have places to grow hay. And we work with that ourselves. So I basically get food, stable, and bedding for free because we get bedding from the fields as well. So the only thing that I actually need to pay for the horses are the farrier. And that's it. And salt licks. They do need salt. So it's, yeah, it's not expensive for me. Which is also when I talk about horses and that I ride horses, I have my own horses. People tend to just think that I'm super wealthy. I am not. I am very much not. I just had a lot of luck with where I come from and stuff like that. So yeah. Although I would be fine if I just had one horse, I would have enough money to get them into one of the smaller stables in the area, not the big one. And I don't think I would want to be there, if we're perfectly honest, because that is the place where I do not train at anymore. But I think that I would be able to find a stable that would be cheap enough. It would be basically mean less snacks for me, but I could live with that. So yeah, if you just know how to save up, and if you just know how to get a very healthy horse so that you don't have massive vet bills, and you're slightly lucky that it doesn't injure itself, and you also train for the horse specifically to not injure itself, then it can actually become really cheap. It doesn't need to cost a lot if you're just clever about it. Which is also why I wouldn't say that, hey, just get any horse, you can do just fine, and it would cost you basically nothing. No, I would say that get a very cheap horse breed, and a horse breed that is also very healthy. The North Swedish farm horse is one of those breeds. It's a bit more expensive now than it used to be, but it's a very healthy horse. Like the cold-blooded breeds in general, don't give them too much food and they're gonna be fine. Compare that to a half-blooded horse or a full-blooded horse, they have way more injuries. Way more. So yeah, but isn't like that for a lot of people who are interested in horses? It seems like it's an interest that comes with a rather high economic entry barrier if you do not have feed and housing yourself. It depends. There are a lot of ways, actually, to make it really cheap. If you just go look, and I don't want to say if you have the right contacts, because that's also a bit of a difficult entry point. But if you start in a riding school. So if you start in a riding school, it's about $20 per week, basically, if you ride every week. It's basically less than $20 a week where I live, but let's say $20 a week. And that is for your lesson as well. It's not as common for adults, but when you're a teenager, you can actually go to a stable and say that, hey, I'm really interested in horses, I really want to learn more. Is there a way for me to work here and then I can maybe get some lessons for free? Most riding school is gonna go like, yes, we can do that for you. We have a lot of students who do that. So you can basically do stable work and then you get lessons for free, like you pay with work, basically. So that is one way to actually get it entirely for free. And after that, after you are in a stable, after you have gotten into a horse club, you can basically start asking around, like, hey, I want, like, now, if after a couple of years, actually, because there are not a lot of people that's gonna be willing to keep up with a beginner. But if you become good at riding, and then you want to take it to the next step, like, hey, I feel like the riding school isn't pushing me far enough. I want to actually have my own horse, but I cannot afford to have my own horse. The riding school can sort of help you also find people that wants a help. Like, for me, example, I have 2 horses. I do not have the time to actually train each of them every day. So if I got a kid around my area that I also trusted and that I felt comfortable with, I would be very fine to just yeah, sure, you can ride my horse. Let me just be there and we can ride them together. Like, it's called medryttare in Swedish. It's basically when you are the help of another rider. The other rider is the owner of the horse, but you get to care for the horse and you get to ride that horse. How many times you get to ride that horse kind of depends on the situation of both you and the owner. But everything from riding 6 weeks per 6 days a week to 2 days a week is basically the norm. I think the norm is around 3 days a week, 2 to 3 days a week. Which is also like, sometimes you pay the owner, sometimes the owner pays you. It kind of depends on what you are doing for the owner or what the owner are doing for you. For me, that situation would be... kind of depends. If I were to act as a riding instructor, I would probably want to get paid for that. But if it was a rider that was of my level or slightly below my level, I would just be like, yeah, this is free. You pay with your work. It's fine. So it kind of depends. I also think that riders in the bigger cities tends to ask for money. Sometimes the owner is actually paying the other rider. It kind of depends. But yeah, there are ways to actually do this for free. If you are doing this person has a horse, I'm gonna ride that horse, then you kind of have to have your own equipment though. When you are in a riding club, they usually actually have helmets and safety vests and stuff like that. So then you don't have to buy any equipment either. So there are a lot of ways to do it cheap. So yeah, but that's also how it is in Sweden. I don't know how it is in other countries. But it also makes sense that you would ask for money if you're an adult and have bills to pay. Yeah. But it's also... sometimes it can feel a bit scummy if you are asking for money from the rider, if the rider is actually really, really good at riding and is basically training your horses for free, but you are getting the money. Sometimes it can be a bit of a situation. Most of the time, I think, not sure, but I think it's kind of common that you share expenses based on how much you are each riding the horse. So if I'm the owner, I am riding the horse more, then I pay more of the stable rent and the horse food and stuff like that. But that you are sharing expenses, that can be a thing. So it kind of depends. Continue your ongoing run. I don't know what you are talking about, Prism. But I will keep on going. Thank you. Do have a nice day, you as well. And do stay safe and enjoy life. Yes. You too. 40 minutes ago, I said that I was gonna end stream. So yeah, this has been a lot of horse chat and stuff like that. And also, this stream went surprisingly well. I don't understand why people want to watch me rant about horses. But yeah, I feel like this game could be really great. It's not really I mean, I think it's... I don't know. It's better than Star Stable. It's better than Star Stable. It's not better than what I would like Star Stable to be, though. I do have to leave you, though, Jeena. The supermarket closes in 50 minutes and I have to get some supplies. The late night snacking. Yes. But yeah, this was peak Jeena stream. I like hearing you rant. Yeah. Horse streams tends to make me rant. I have no more drink now. I don't know. I feel like this game has a lot of tiny details, like the whole taking out the feet of the stirrups and leaning forwards when going up a hill, leaning backwards when going down a hill. I really like that kind of detail. I'm fine with the graphics. I really like the portraits, though. I really like the portraits. I find them very cute. Not so sure about how the horse looks. I am a bit worried that it's gonna be basically Stardew Valley, but not as many different things. I can see this game becoming a bit repetitive, and that's also a bit something that I am worried about when picking up a horse game. Just because they tend to... Horse games tends to be the same horse game as I played 20 years ago, except in marginally better graphics. That is basically horse games in a nutshell. They have not evolved a lot. You go get your horse, it doesn't move well at all. The story is basically either you getting a horse or you, for some unknown reason, actually already have a horse. And then you compete against the mean girl, and then you get the boyfriend. That is basically the stories of like 50% of the horse games. The other 40% basically have you buying multiple horses, training them up, racing, buying another horse, train it up, race, buy a new horse, train it up, race. And then it goes like that. That is basically 40% of the horse games, and it's an increasing amount that it's becoming like that in newer years. Wasn't as similar back in the day. And then you have your 10% horse games that we can include Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That is an impeccable horse game. It's actually not, but the horse moves amazing in that game. Which is also like, weird. Why do I need to play Zelda to get a good horse game? Why have I needed to play Zelda for several years to get a good horse game? Like even Twilight Princess is an awesome horse game. It's incredible horse game. Epona moves really, really good. I would probably have more critique on it nowadays, because I do have critiques against the horses on Breath of the Wild as well. But it's so pretty games. It's got such a great story. Why can we not get a good story in horse games? And also, horse games are difficult, and it's difficult for me to say what I want from a horse game, because I really do like collecting stuff. I really do like riding. I really do like exploring and stuff like that. But exploring on a horse game when you want to jump off the horse and go pick something up is a bit annoying. Which is also why when I'm playing Skyrim, I tend to not ride horses, because I find them a bit annoying. Even though they move really well in Skyrim as well. And Skyrim is another great horse game. I find it a bit annoying to have... I don't have to jump off and on and off the horse constantly to fetch ingredients, but I do, because I like fetching ingredients, which is also why I don't tend to not use a lot of horses in Breath of the Wild either. I wrote an entire comment and it just posted the emoji. But anyway, thank you for the stream. See you next time. Yeah, bye-bye, Yasin. I do have a nice shopping trip. You're not shopping. You're shopping. Do have a nice trip and come home safe as well. It's late. We do not trust people when it's dark. I don't know. We probably do. But yeah, do take care of yourself. I hope to see you next time. Yeah. And hello, Akintakano. Hi. Having the tea, I see. Yes, I am spilling all of the tea. Yeah. So I maybe it's just I don't know. Horse games are weird. I love horses. I would love to have a game about horses, because sometimes being in the stable the entire day is not enough horse. But it's so difficult to find a good one. It's incredibly difficult. There are a lot of horse games that are up and about, and I do feel hopeful that they will work out. But it's also like, I don't want a slice of life game. I want something a bit fantastical. Because it's the same with Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is fine. I like the farming. I don't like the automatic watering system. I like to have my watering can and water. But I love the dungeon run. I love going into the dungeon and just murder stuff. Fishing can be fun too, but when I played with Ophelia, we had our farm together. She was basically fishing. I went out into the mine. That's basically how we shared. We watered together, then she fished the entire day, made food for me, and I went into the mine. She was my perfect little housewife. So I kind of want that kind of fantastical bit. I want the exploring and stuff like that. And there are not a lot of horse games that do that. Because horse games tends to be very competition driven. Like you are show jumping. It's always show jumping. It's never dressage. And it's fine for that, but that tends to bore me. It's the same reason as to why I don't tend to play Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart. I can play Mario Kart for a bit, it's fine, it's fun, but it's not a game that I can play for extended periods of time. Because of the whole... I don't want to say repetitive, but it's just race after race after race, and the races are fun. And they can scratch the itch. But when I have played it for a day, I'm fine for another half a year. So yeah, I don't know. I guess what I'm searching for is a horse game with good graphics, good motion of the horse and rider that doesn't fall into the uncanny valley for me. That doesn't feel like it's cheaply made, and that captures the magic that is horses. And that was basically what Star Stable was long time ago. It's not anymore, and I've more and more come to realize that it's probably never gonna be that. Which is also why I'm searching for newer horse games, and I have found this one. I'm not sure I'm gonna enjoy it. It's fine, it's a cozy game, it's fine. But it's not really what I want. Better than Star Stable, yes. But not really what I want. Not really what I want. And it's difficult because almost all of the horse games are very slice of life, which is fine. It can be nice, it can be cozy, but I would like something not monotonous, like monotone. Monotonous. I think it's monotonous. Monotonous. I don't know. I don't know my English words right now. And it's fine. It's fine. But my voice is giving up on me. I have an early start tomorrow. Like, my first meeting is at 8. And I have not been able to be at work at 8 a.m. any time this week so far. So I need to get better at that. Especially since this meeting is not a meeting that I can show up late to. So I need to get going. But yeah, thank you guys for being here while I ranted and gave an overly critical review of a horse game. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to play a horse game without giving an overly without giving a very in-depth review of a lot of things. Yeah, just bear with me. When it comes to horses, I am very nitpicky. But it's just because I like them so much. Oh, yeah, my voice is really giving up on me. Yeah. I do hope that you enjoyed either way. I always kind of feel a bit iffy towards stuff like that because I personally feel like no one wants to listen to me rant. Because what I normally rant about is physics and horses, and I very rarely get to actually have people around me that enjoys listening to that. So if you did, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it in that case. Hello? Can we have ice? Good, we have ice. So yeah, if you really did appreciate, if you really did enjoy, I really appreciate it. And I will try and keep you posted on the other games I'm keeping an eye out on. I really do need to plan a bit what I want to do this year. I do want to have more cooperations and stuff like that. I haven't planned one yet, and I meant to have one each month, so I am already lagging behind. Not very good. But it's also because sickness has gotten in the way. I do have a couple of co-ops. That is happening, we just don't have a time or a place yet. Are happening though. So yeah, thank you so much for coming, guys. Next stream will be Pokemon, I think. Not really sure. But next stream will be on Saturday, if I'm remembering correctly, and then it will be Pokemon. Might do a stream on Sunday as well, we'll see. But yes. So thank you so much for coming. I really do hope that you enjoyed. In that case, leave me a message because I doubt myself in these kinds of streams. I really do. So thank you so much for being here with me. I do hope that you will have a lovely day, night, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys. And do take care of yourself and of one another. And I hope to see you next time. And until then, a hug. Yeah. Yeah.